Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be looking at Project Wingman review. Nuclear planes defeat the Antichrist. You know, I was going to say this weird title is kind of insane, but then again, this is a Max0r video. I know what I was expecting. We all know what we're expecting. I'm going to go in here, have a minor stroke induced due to sheer OCD overload, and somehow coming out loving every second of it. I know what I'm getting into. Otherwise, you guys know the deal. Link below, original video, hit it up. It's Max0r. You'll enjoy it. Let's get started. Spoiler episode warning. I can't say the word apparently.
And defines the term competitive genocide. In
Wait,
a
what?
world where Yellowstone National Park has had enough, humanity is plunged into a post-apocalypse where the laws of war are null and void.
Ooh, that's something a lot of places don't actually touch on. Sorry, I'm actually really geeking out over the fact that the game already acknowledges Yellowstone is literally just a giant ticking time bomb. Granted, the timer is set from tomorrow to the next millennia, so we're not exactly in danger, and it could be longer. But also, yeah, someone actually acknowledging that's literally a giant death trap. If you look it up, you may or may not regret, depending on how easily scared and prone to existential dread you are. Yeah, that should be all the warning you need. If you look it up, it's actually really cool, but also just be warned. So that's really neat.
We play as a possibly autistic psychopath hell-bent on his mission.
What the hell was that? I get that's the entire meme about the FBI breaking in. Yeah, they did that here. Oh, wow. They put that in there really fast. I have no idea. Is this Dwarf Fortress or something else? I don't actually know.
Psychopath hell-bent on his mission to fight the Australian Illuminati, featuring such notable species as the land battleship, the battleship and the battle bus.
Not Amber!
Of varied and interesting locations.
She doesn't die that
like
easily in game.
It's
even easier.
That is Los Angeles.
Wait, what?
Caught in the middle of a conflict between
No, what did he say about Los Angeles?
And that is Los Angeles. Multitude of varied and interesting locations like the apocalyptic wasteland that is Los Angeles.
Oh, it's literally just looking like Los Angeles for every city you're in. I was like, what, is it only one city? No, he means there's multiple city battles and they're all post-apocalyptic Los Angeles. As you can see here, I should probably let people know, this is not the post-apocalyptic one. This is the fantasy one. The cars are actually moving. It's not actually a joke.
Caught in the middle of a conflict between the Pacific Federation and Cascadia, our protagonist is forced to put aside his fight with Jack Sparrow in Louisiana to conduct a second American Revolution and facilitate tax evasion. As a member of the Sicario mercenary group, you're given the tools of destruction.
Cool meme. Wait, is this game like a meme-focused hub or something? Potatoes? Twin cedar planes to buy for your waifu? What's with the Snyders? Does the missile know where it is? And more Snyder? Why? Prez. Hitman I Wasso. What? By Mobius 1? Is this a thing in game? I'm just missing it? Probably.
You're given the tools of destruction you need to fight off the Antichrist. Because in this universe, the UN does not solve conflict, it starts it, and then...
Oh, they're doing things. That's weird.
Like most problems in the world, we resort in...
Okay, I just want to say right now, I have no idea how good this game is. But god damn, does that look pretty. I really hope the next thing is, and the game is shit. Because goddamn, that is really cool looking. I have no idea what it is and why they're doing hopscotch jumps here, but goddamn.
Resort instead to base violence as a means of international dispute. Bring your
General
jets,
Human,
your
yeah.
guns,
Ooh,
your
you
bombs,
get to get
and your
your own.
napalms, because we're going
Napalm?
absolute
Oh.
Babarusa. Confused? Good. We live in a society where this is canonically as expensive as a Mercedes and holds 182 missiles. So if you want to see a parade of destruction...
I mean, on the one hand, maybe the Mercedes really went up in value. And this one went down by about probably at least $40 million. Holy shit. Also, 180 missiles. God damn. Oh, and I probably need to say this because there's probably someone else that's like, that doesn't sound like too many missiles. Most planes have maybe 2 or 4. That's a lot of missiles, too. If you have more, like, they're on the wing. You can see them. They're not small things.
Melodrama, questionable engineering
What
choices,
the?
and...
Okay, one. Pringles? Oh, it's his version of editing. No, he was just working on a wall. He wasn't editing that. I have no idea what that was. Also, land tank. That's a big land tank. And You know, I'm just going to pass on this one. I don't think I want to know. No.
Questionable engineering choices and King Crimson, then let me be your guide.
There's time
into the
travel
wonderful
or
world
time
of
manipulation?
Project Wingman, humanity's first jet-centric.
God damn it, Max! Are you just dropping him in there? And I just Okay, yeah, no, that is pretty as hell. Hell, even that looks really damn cool. Water details neat. Most places don't get that well. Why does this game look so pretty? I actually just want to pause now to pause. Chowder! That Cascadian questioning my loyalty to the Federation. Those are words. They mean something. Need tomboys at WSO. Hey, can I hug you? What's a WSO? Oh, it's probably the backseater. Why does it say need tom? Because it's probably a tom. And that's why they have waifu in the memes previously. It's... Oh, okay, never mind. Kings MG21. Don't you love ending monarch? What? What? There's a word in there.
Wingman, humanity's first jet-centric game where California finally explodes.
It does actually look really pretty. God help me, it does. Edited by Max0r.
I know what you're thinking. A jet game, Max? You've gone insane. Jet games.
He's never done these before.
Dads that have 12 keyboards and people with actual money. And while it may...
I'm sorry. I'm going to assume I have literally nothing to say. God damn. I honestly don't even know if I'm impressed, terrified, or jealous. Literally no idea. Jealous is honestly being held off just because this thing looks absolutely terrifying and you're just one failed screw away from breaking every bone in your body. On the other hand, oh, that is pretty. Oh. I just need a loop of this. I just need a loop of this, man. This is, ow. Probably very much literal ow, but also, oh, out of your budget.
Actual money. And while it may appear to you that I have money, it's only because I spend it very responsibly. You will be happy to know that Project
it makes perfect
Wingman
sense.
is neither a simulation nor has it dug into my extensive budget. I would describe the game as more...
I'm sorry, how much was that in that? I'm not saying I'm judging him, but I might be judging him, and he... Genshin Impact, $5,000, $5,000, $5,000, $5,000, candles. Dude, you bought the $6 candles? Oh, wow, you're splurging on that, man. Food, water, computer, $69. Nice. Project Wingman, it's only $35. Actually impressive. It's funny because that's still literally a fraction of someone like Tectone, what he paid on it. I think he did in a recent video mention that the amount he paid was estimated at a quarter, or not a quarter, $500,000. Yeah, and how much of that is staff at home? I don't even want to think about.
I would describe the game as more about piloting a slow Gundam than the actual intricacies of
a slow Gundam.
Only in Project Wingman can you do the boss fight against the guy with 12 railguns and his force fields. And yes, the force fields do turn into railguns.
There's force field railguns?
People think that jet combat is just about circling, and yeah, that's a thing. But the difference is in how it's contextualized and iterated on, which is by insane people. One mission you...
I mean, whoa, okay, I paused at a weird point. I mean, I guess a lot of combat is circling in air because, you know, air. Unless there's crazy things like force fields that shoot rail guns. This does look super pretty. Like, I actually like pausing on this. And I didn't even notice the guy from this super hyper animated Zelda. Oh, God, he's everywhere. How did I miss him? Because shiny things are moving everywhere. Like, all of this is cool, but what the hell? Oh, wow, that is one hell of a... Yeah, that's a thigh. A thigin? I didn't even see... Max0r's already overwhelmed me. Why are you spitting the chimp? That sounds like a euphemism. You know what? I'm not going to go any further in case I find something I don't want to see. Oh my god.
And yeah, that's a thing. But the difference is in how it's contextualized and iterated on, which is by insane.
What does he mean? Yeah, actually, the planes do look kind of slow by comparison.
You know, Crimson 1 appears for the 6th time near the active volcano. How many flight games do you know include lava damage? And do you want to know the best part? The game is fully playable in VR. Please don't use a keyboard, which allows you to do something.
Why not use a keyboard?
Like physically exiting your cockpit in the middle of a battle. Okay, it's a little windy, but I'm ready. Does anyone else feel?
I mean, I can see why not use a keyboard, because it literally just occurred to me you won't be able to see your keys. So unless you're really damn good at not even looking at your keyboard to type, that would be crazy. Also, what I mentioned earlier, how many missiles you have? Yeah! That's usually what you have here is what you see, and that's it. This is a really pretty game. Honestly, I might want to try it in VR if I had VR. Also, if I wasn't absolutely certain I would get nauseous playing this, because it looks so pretty. I know I would.
I will say, though, that in order to get the real VR experience, you'll have to repeatedly rotate your head with the life brick strapped to it. I lasted 4 missions on average before the recoiling permanently morphed my spine. You use the radar in your plane by physically looking down, not that you'll be able to by the end. Reviewing the footage, I noticed that there were moments in the game where I just died. That's not me taking off the headset, I just gave up on life. No game will ever make you feel this old, and nothing increases the immersion more than specifically choosing planes with as little visibility as possible for the extra challenge. I beat the entire...
Oh, they put up the realism on this one. I mean, it's like, I'm used to planes having great visibility because they only give you the ones, but then the ones that don't have it, you just do third-person view. But if you're doing this in VR and then you can't see shit, and I kind of want to see just what would happen if you got a pilot in this game. Like an actual fighter pilot. It's like, hey, how fucked up is this? Just as like, no, you can't see shit. They'd probably be fine.
In 2 painful sessions, but I had never experienced anything like this ever since my house nearly burned down while playing VR.
I'm sorry, did that actually happen? Bleep, Invasion Caster. Max is actually on fire. Invasion. Oh, God. Yeah, VTOL VR. Very interesting way he transitions, actually. They're facing in. And he has a little guy on the... Oh, there's a little pog champ there. I said pog champ. Also, did this literally happen to his house? Someone tell me he's just using this footage for a joke, and this didn't actually happen. 1, damn, YouTuber actually has a house. 2, past tense, had house. God damn, man.
Down while playing VTOL VR.
VTOL VR? Wait, this is a different game, yeah.
So in terms of VR, it's
so there's actually a game that's literally just being in a
plane? Can we express the true paralyzing fear of
it does
driving.
Look
So how do we fly our death machine? VR
not going back to that one.
After all, are difficult. Mr. Smart Guy over here thinks
okay, so VTOL VR is the thing.
First of all, you'll need to get inside your real Project Wingman trademark plane. Turn on the main battery, whatever this is. Turn on the
official battery. Yeah, I get that reference.
Close your canopy. Blast
I
the
always do it wrong.
grip. Display. I don't know what this does. Boot Windows. Microsoft Pinball. Smash that radar button. Hit subscribe. Turn off the brakes. Make sure you give the joystick a good...
I'm assuming this isn't actually the game. I thought he said it was VTOL VR, and that was a different game. It looks very different. Also, is there actually a game that's this pandemic about using... You know what? I'm going to say it probably is. I'm not even going to joke. No, this is probably a real thing.
Now, we're not going to use the carrier's catapult. We're just
Windows
going to
Vista
play.
Boost.
You'll notice I forgot to unfold the wings, which are now detached from the plane. Wingless percent speed row, landing gear. You'll notice controlling an aircraft without wings is hard. That's all right. The guys on that destroyer don't have family. Now that we're in the air and in the correct game,
I can't even believe that's actually the game at all. I know it's wrong, but just what the hell?
Missiles. There's a reason you can carry several hundred of them. Missiles are fucking everything. Every specialized weapon for all your terrestrial needs are very...
Hey, why did he put in Barbara? Recursion tree for permutations of string ABC. ABC, ABC, BC. Oh, yeah, it's literally all the variations of those 3 letters in any kind of order they can have. I hate this. I hate everything about this. It's literally just a computational fraction. It's 3, I think 3 tiny upper score letter number, whatever, 3. I knew these math terms, and I made a point to forget them on purpose. I forgot a lot of everything else. This one I made sure to forget. Also, why was Barbara in there?
It's remarkably simple. Missiles. There's a reason you can carry several hundred of them. Missiles are fucking everything. Every specialized weapon for all your...
Specialized?
Specialized weapon for all your...
What did Barbara have in her hand? I feel like
weapon for all.
it's literally. Is that Barbara with a gun? Why does Barbara have a gun? How does? Oh, that's VR chat. Oh, honestly, I thought that was straight from Genshin first, but wow, VR chat's model is really upgraded in quality. Also, apparently involves Barbara with a gun. When you get shit tired of healing, and he was like, "Fuck you, motherfucker."
And for all your terrestrial needs are various permutations
Where do you even
of a
find
missile.
these?
It's actually a problem because, I mean, I guess you could use unguided bombs.
Really?
If you want to miss. Ace Combat
Why?
at least had the gall to let me use
No,
an
I saw the
unguided
previous one. The
laser,
Invincible
but
meme.
I don't know. What else can you put on a jet? A fucking dolphin?
No, what the? No. Okay, one, they put dolphins on. Is that for Melty Gear too? Not Melty Gear. I know that game. Guilty Gear, that's it. Where we were, though? I need to see if that plane was actually real. He put it in here, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, what else can you do to a plane? And then they put up this weird-looking thing that I'm assuming was in the game. Or was it previous to that?
Well, because, I mean, I guess you could use unguided bombs.
Miss? Yeah, and then we had the part about the...
combat, at least.
Ooh, there was one of those... good day. Yeah, hey, yeah. If Bree broke, understandable. Have a nice day. Yeah. Why are they saying... Do people actually fly through a tunnel? Ace Combat Skies Unknown? Oh, is that a different... it's probably a different thing, yeah.
At least had the gall to let me use an unguided laser, but I don't know. What else can you put on a jet? A fucking...
No, that was exactly what I thought it was. They literally just got a single jet engine, strapped the most bare bones cockpit on it with the sport and the wings and the... It doesn't have landing craft. It can't land. There's no... Unless they're folded in, I just can't see them. There's literally nothing here but an engine with a strapped on cockpit. This is... For the sake of my sanity, I'm just gonna move on.
Jet of fucking dolphin. I don't want to emulate the Wii. You also have
You can
the
emulate
option
that?
of
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Might as well be a laser, and is the most reliable way to kill
laser.
anything, including entire battleships.
You can kill lasers?
In
Or
the fucking ammo.
not
if normal
lasers?
bullets worked like this, Chicago would be a nuclear wasteland by tomorrow, as opposed to the current
or Miami.
wasteland that it
Ooh,
is
probably too
now.
soon for that
Besides
joke.
that, the controls are exactly what I want out of a jet game, and I don't think they can be improved. What truly makes a combat encounter in the game isn't the simple controls.
It's all the
how they're
shooting?
multiplied by the 6 pursuing aircraft. Unlike Ace Combat 7, your allies have the ability to minorly inconvenience each other. They will do per mission at least $3 of damage. So the balance between you
That's
and
actually
everything and
significantly
there
better.
being an actual battle is pretty good, although majorly stacked. Your success is uniquely predicated on the fact that you play as the world's first bloodless human who experiences literally
No
side
G-forces.
effects from the Jupiter strength G-forces that he regularly conducts. You use your
I don't want to go back to see it. I just need a second to comprehend the fact that someone had a stretchy Mickey. It was like, suffer, mouse. Just taking that second to process that one. That needs some processing time.
newfound power to conduct a series of engagements. 21 engagements.
That's actually a lot of
potential
levels. Holy
war
shit.
crime trials, which is why we have
I know
to
those are
win.
VTubers.
That
I don't know who they
being
are,
said,
though.
Anything that we do pales in comparison to the good accomplished by nuking America. We're gonna have to.
How many
catch
nukes do you
up.
actually
Our
fire?
liberation will take us all across the video game against all manner of foes, including the planes, the big planes, armies of helpless soldiers with families and dogs.
Not anymore.
The Federation fleet. Wait, who is
Clown
that?
Torres.
Oh, me, matey, it's me. Oh, fuck. But what really stands out are the boss fights. Yes, the plane game with boss fights. Shinji, get in the plane. We have to fight the angels or some shit.
Oh
As
my
for their
God.
weaponry, well, it's not physically possible. In order, you fight Crimson Squadron, French woman, and her Australian babe. It's 4 p.m. Time to get in the plane. Crimson Squadron and Crimson Squadron's.
I'm assuming this might be kind of crazy. They call me obsessed. I thought the joke was just the same name, but apparently it's the same person every time? And they just called him a Crimson One? Seems kind of lazy, actually.
Very angry nuclear enthusiast. More about him.
Oh, that's
later.
the King
He's a
Crimson
fucking
joke earlier,
easy
yeah.
guy. You can probably tell that it's
What was that
character
after him?
and
I don't know.
dialogue that
Oh,
keeps
God.
the game alive. Project
Oh, my.
Wingman would be an entirely different game if you weren't constantly hearing more complaining than a fucking call center. Silence is so
Oh.
rare that when your ally flips his shit and demands people stop fucking talking,
Oh, this is
everyone
multiplayer?
surprised. So just by playing the game, you get a lot of lore. So I think it's a good
Oh, no.
time to talk about
Wait,
that.
lore?
Our story begins, like many, in Wyoming, where Yellowstone National Park does
You mentioned this one
little
earlier, yeah.
causing the tectonic plates to fucking rupture. In an instant, the entire
If it's
modern
big enough,
age
it
and
could.
Christianity in particular is ended. This, however, however, created a mysterious, volatile material called cordium, which effectively gave everyone free geothermal energy. And also bombs. What emerged...
I mean, technically, geothermal energy is kind of free already if you just know where to go. It's not actually that hard. It's just, is it warm down there? If yes, go there. I mean, just find a volcano, tap into it. That's, I mean, a horrible idea, but that's kind of how geothermal energy works right now. Or if you just dig deep enough. It's a lot harder that way, but things get warmer the lower you go. It's literally not that hard. It's just harder to dig for it. You can go it anywhere. It's literally just based on, is magma hot? If you go deep enough, you'll find it. You shouldn't dig deep enough, and honestly, I don't think most people can at all, and that's why, you know, volcanoes. Just think, is there a hot spring nearby? That means it's pretty close by. You can do that.
Hundreds of years later are the countries of the Pacific: Neo-Mongolia, Large Hawaii, Oceania, and Cascadia. Oceania in particular was once invaded by a cabal of mercenaries attempting to establish diamond dogs or some shit. Thank God that we had Skullface there to help us out. In fact, nearly every military engagement since...
I'm sorry, I just love the idea that, at least in Max0r's take on it, this entire thing is just what happens if you lose that game.
Then has been swayed exclusively by methed up mercenaries.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Further challenges to their rule, the Federation tightened its power to include all of the death squads. But primarily, Cascadia was just mad that other people were allowed
was that supposed to be
the
Florida
limitless
at one
supply
point?
of energy that they had and wanted to sell it to everyone.
I don't even know.
Else
Maybe it was California.
Markup. This sets the scene for a war of independence, which you are caught in the middle of.
Oh, so it's still going on.
Insert yourself into for money. Now the thing
is,
sounds
about
Cascadia
right.
is a real nation that exists in the imagination of insufferable people. So I can attest that the geography of where I live is well suited to guerrilla warfare. The entire Cascadian fleet, for instance, is one stolen ship called the Eminent Domain. The Federation, though, is not without a contingency.
They literally called it Eminent Domain for a breakaway. Can I speak to a breakaway nation? Oh yeah, because okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's. I was wondering what that was. I know they talked about Yellowstone going off. The funny part is, if Yellowstone actually went off, this is optimistic. Again, I know I mentioned earlier, don't look into it if you have any issues with existential dread about inevitable death and loss of most of the... Oh, let's just put it this way. See how there's only missing chunks of the country here? Little more should not be there. It's big. Not so much that the water would cover it, but just that it wouldn't be... it wouldn't be there. Let's just put it that way. It'd be bad.
Is not without a contingency plan. All across their empire, the Federation establishes peacekeepers. That's the real elite fighter squadrons.
Ooh, cool little art. What was that? Peacekeepers.
Their empire. The Federation establishes
yeah, peacekeepers. Sorry, I love it when there's involved in peace. The UN. That's nice. Xander on Pixi made this art. And it's good. And there's just like, I don't even know these characters. Are these? They're probably VTubers, someone animated, and yeah, that's why.
That's the real name. Elite fighter squadrons of questionable sanity and
very
engagement timing. The peacekeepers are so confident that they arrive late to every single battle that they're in. This
seriously
causes their failure 90% of the time, by the way. The peacekeepers we encounter are the Crimson Squadron, one such group of elite so dedicated that they risked losing their entire air force, went to a volcanic suicide mission, and nuked millions of people because you owned them. Their squadron is led by the infamous and powerful Crimson One, who was elected the whitest among all
actually called Crimson One. That's not just an in-game title.
He's quite dedicated. Crimson One's idea of protecting his homeland under the banner of the Federation involves nuking it.
Why?
Twice. It's like he's trying to make anime. He's saving his people from...
I'm sorry, he's trying to make anime. I just need to confirm the quality of the anime that he's making. Yeah, I saw official, and was that also a gun? Oh, nice official, and a very quality gun you in a dress. Ooh, a wedding dress. Yep, no, Max0r has good taste. Just throwing it out there. Yeah, gotta make that anime. Yes, the reason I wanted to pause there.
The pain of living.
Don't tell my wife.
Barbarism will people slip into if we don't have common travel passes? He's a blast.
Where do you find some of those images?
I wouldn't consider fighting his squadron to be the peak of gameplay. The game's bosses can be divided into two categories.
Good and bad.
That have railguns and this shit. You dodge the Crimson Squadron's missiles.
That is a lot of missiles
as they approach. But Crimson Squadron themselves are always rapidly turning. Sometimes at a 90-degree angle.
Seriously?
There is no nuance. While pursuing them, you are invincible. Here's how you fight Crimson.
I'm not going back to pause. Really, they're doing the thick-ass dump truck. That is... Sure. Not even gonna... It even fits because he mentioned Invincible.
Squadron, turn towards them. Fire a missile. Miss. Fire a missile. Repeat like 10 times until they die.
Oh, and
that's it?
You gotta do this like 8 different times for each individual plane. I am progressively losing my mind. My name is Cleveland Brown.
All in all,
no.
dogfights and more, you know, that's
no.
pretty cool, but that's not why you should play the game. Project
Why should
Wingman
you?
is the Manic Pixi dream girl of vehicle combat. Most battles feature buildings.
Okay, one, I actually recognize that game because I thought I saw Markiplier play it. What the hell did he do, though? There's like a... Okay. Get farted on, get sharded on, get fucking policed on. And then there's this thing that's just like a... Okay, no, I saw it and it looks as insane as it was. Anatomy of a Manic Pixie Dream Girl. White flesh, bows, deliberately mismatched prints. Oh, they're mismatched? I just realized it's a... Someone had fun with this just because it's a skirt with shirt prints on it. Perpetually tousled bedhead. Hair accessories. Floral... Flowy floral... No, those are shirts, not floral. Unless they're flowers, I just missed it. But they kind of look like shirts from here. Colorful ballet flats. I have no idea what a ballet flat is. Manic Pixie Dream World. Is that actually a game? New game, low game. Okay, so apparently it's actually a game. I did not know this. And, ooh. Oh, yeah, I think... I don't recognize her, but I know that one's Scott Pilgrim vs. the World live action, which was... It was fun.
Manic Pixie Dream Girl of vehicle combat.
And why is Donkey in there?
Feature building-sized sky ships. That was an entire boss in Ace Combat 7, and the game's just like, well, have 2 of them fight. Fuck it, you use the lasers. Everything you do has a specific melodramatic reason as part of the wider narrative, and just watching that unfold.
What is that narrative then?
Is the real draw. I see no other way of highlighting how this works than to show you, because Project Wingman is a game that you really need to see to believe.
God damn, that is a lot of crazy shit.
The pacing of this game's missions are amazing. I
Really?
liked it so much that I made a graph out of it, printed out the graph, and showed it to my neighbors.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Oh, that's what he looks like.
Can you look at my graph?
Our first act begins with an...
I'm going to give him props. The fact that he would actually go out to a neighbor and just randomly say some random shit like that. Randomly even. I would not do that. The thought of doing that gives me existential dread. I keep bringing that up, and this video is definitely inspiring it. I could not do that, even as a joke. I would not. You would just literally see on the news, minor YouTuber just had a panic attack and died when he was confronted with the one thing he can't do, touch grass and talk to people. News at 11. It would just be a thing.
Insertion into Cascadia. There's money to be made, people to kill, and most mercenaries are still mad about the Australian incident.
What is the Australian
incident? It's obvious that
incident?
relying on a single mute man is bad. So you're forced to watch as Los Angeles is bombed. Oh no, the horror. It's time to revise our strategy.
Wait, it wasn't already bombed?
Rethink our options.
Which time was it?
Bomb our own energy sources. This way, no one will get them, except
Seriously?
Crimson One, who sees you doing this and gets mad. This will be a
Really?
theme.
After he
Now
already
it's time
nuked someplace?
to steal a boat. We really need that boat, Monarch. It's imperative.
Not the
that you
boat
get
that shoots
them. By
lasers.
the way, while defending said boat, we make the discovery that cruise missiles in this universe are pigeon-guided and exhibit traits of self-preservation. Now the war is really going on, like really going on. It's time to target a civilian airport because it will help
Seriously?
the war. We're denying them potential recruits. They don't even know that they're being bombed because the Federation has been able to keep the war a secret for the past few weeks. This is due to the
Seriously?
Great Firewall, which patriotically jams all the Wi-Fi across the entire country. There
Not
is
the
only
Wi-Fi.
one course of action for me when denied of my YouTube. Violence. A lot
Yeah,
of violence.
lots of people have done that.
Meanwhile, off the coast of fucking Alaska, the Federation is sending transport aircraft to help in the war effort. These aircraft were intercepted, and then the interception was intercepted. Progressing
By
for
an
9
interception
hours
even.
until the entire air force of the two nations are fighting in the same place. Every aircraft. And, wow, it's time to talk about that.
Can I just go back a second? That is he's put a lot of images in there and they've had tons of missiles everywhere, but God damn. I mean, from just a game standpoint, I'm just looking at this and going, that is, if I tried this on my PC, it would literally burst into flames. Wow.
It's time to talk about that.
I mean, I knew it looked pretty, but damn. It really does. Ooh, I
Mission
love the
11
music.
is Project Wingman. The planes,
Really?
the trails, the visual design, every character screaming into
The
my ears at the
beast!
same time. It is beyond perfect. An epic battle between two titans.
This is like just a giant love story, this game, isn't it?
Mute psychopath. And that music. This track got me pregnant. I think this is a great time to talk about it because the music always fits. Whether it's low tones for a sneaky insertion or a beautiful symphony rising as you descend into battle. I played this mission without the soundtrack, you know, just to torture myself, and it's literally required. This game wouldn't be good without it, and that's a serious testament to the great work that's being done. Also, Crimson One is here, late as usual, and you just beat his ass. Kept in a top secret facility somewhere on the American continent. There is a woman. You have to track them down. It's for the war effort. So you...
There is a woman on a continent. Find her. I want to say that's bad game design, but honestly, I think he's obviously just Max0ring it at this point, so it's not really a big deal. That said, it hurts because we've all engaged in the games where it's like, that's not a joke, and that's actually how they design some of the fetch quests.
Raid the woman containment facility off the coast of Yellowstone as she boards her fucking
so weird to hear coast there. Makes sense.
Guns and the turn radius of a nickel. Woman eliminated. Now let's go down the list.
What is
Attack
that?
Hawaii for no reason. That's on the list.
Attack Hawaiians.
In a forest fire. That is definitely on.
Oh,
the
it actually
list.
lights on fire
Save
too.
Civilian lives. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's not on the list.
It's time to retake Seattle with the Federation in retreat and the war nearly won. With the Air Force in disarray, we're just one step away from...
Oh, they're putting in JoJo, that's why. So they actually dropped nukes on everything.
Surprised by this, you weren't really watching the video. Do you remember how I said that the Federation basically nukes all of Cascadia? That isn't actually true. It's worse. The Federation didn't just want to nuke us to win the war. They activated all of the cordium deposits in the ground. And do you remember when I said those were used for bombs? That's right. These fuckers just started a second apocalypse. In other video games, war is hell, but in Project Wingman, war is fucking orange. On our way back, we're assaulted again by the same woman, but at this...
Oh yeah, the French one, right? Also, so they just took that energy source that they all use for bombs and energy. It's like, we're gonna set them all off. You know what? These games are so over the top, it actually makes perfect sense.
At this point, I don't care. My retinas are damaged. The Fallout New Vegas part of the game has begun, and we're being
Everything's dead.
all of the bottle caps that we can hold. Thank you for Joshua Graham. You may notice the game is now very, very orange. That's what the entire rest of the game looks like.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, it hurts. Almost immediately, we're sent back to
I mean, it would be
Seattle
nice for a
to
single
stab
mission, but if
the
it's the
hordes of
entire game,
homeless
that would be
people.
very
This
annoying.
is when Crimson One returns, and this time he's very mad. He nuked his house to kill you, and that didn't even work. This
Well,
leads
that's
to a
bad.
dogfight, which is the dogfight for Mission 11 with additional mental illness. It's clear from the dialogue that Crimson One is not used to losing. Let's help him learn.
Well, with the previous, how many times do it?
It's fucking creepy, dude. Jesus. Have a fucking Snickers. With that detour out of the way, it turns out that nukes didn't really help the Federation win. It just made a bunch of guys dress up like the fucking Romans. And with the UN on its last legs, there is one final stronghold for us to bomb. Los Angeles. Fucking finally. We struggle to take the city, fighting foes in the air, on the seas, and attempting to flee my...
And here's the obvious question. Why would anyone be dumb enough to put anything important in Los Angeles? The obvious problem is, you said something in Los Angeles, and then 10 hours later, you still can't reach it because traffic is going to kill you because you literally haven't moved more than 10 feet. And if you got out and walked, it might actually help. But then you have to go back to your cars. You have to start up the car, and it's all the same problem all over again. Because if you take 5 steps, you will get hit by the one guy who's able to move. I'm not saying I have repressed rage. I have very open and honest rage about ever trying to drive in that city. Dear God, man.
Bullets. But after a long and arduous fight, we stand victorious over the city as the music begins to pick up in the background.
What was the pickup music? Oh, the nukes, and then the orange is back.
Does it again. Project Wingman's story is not a Homeric epic. It's not very realistic.
It's insane batshit
on any level. But standing over the ruins of everyone that I hate, the sunny bee flashing before my eyes, I come to the realization, above all,
what was that?
That I hate, the sunny bee flashing before my eyes.
This is definitely Canadian PSA levels of what the fuck inducing. I'm just going to pass it.
I come to the realization, above all, Project Wingman is fun. None of the disparate parts of this schizophrenic game work by themselves. The combat is not Devil May Cry, the lore is not Tolkien, and we are not going to overcome our pride and prejudice. When you make a list, the game doesn't really seem that impressive, but like a chef, if we mix our ingredients well, cook at
so basically, each individual piece on its own is useless, but it kind of just works together.
That's
Neat.
so out of this world, so balls to the wall that it makes everything taste perfect.
I guess if you go over the top for everything, you
final
can
boss
simply keep it.
makes
It
no
works.
fucking sense. His arc is schizophrenia, and his obsession with you is fucking funny. I've never seen someone write a character based exclusively off of projection, but standing where I am now, there's no one I'd rather fight. He's the perfectly goofy antagonist for a game mostly comprised of clown behavior, the music, the drama, the retinal damage. This fight is as ridiculous as the rest of the game, and I wouldn't want it any other way.
Wait, do they actually do the distortion of the screen on top of all the other effects? Also, you can go third person, I guess, when you're out in, VR. Huh. Time? Why is it time? Oh, that is pretty. I can see why having a plane that can actually see out the front helps. Oh god, giant lasers! That still looks cool. I know they've seen them in other places, but what the hell? I don't even...
How do you like being moved, you son of a bitch? I would like to thank my benevolent weapons manufacturer.
Dude, it's so weird. Like, Max0r doing a game about planes? That's crazy, man. It's not like he started his entire incorrect summary series with a bunch of plane reviews. I mean, that would be weird. More importantly, holy shit, that looks cool as hell, man. I won't do it because I suck, and seeing all of the... everything in that 11th drop... Yeah, no, my computer would literally blow up. There's no way it can handle that. Like, I'm having issues right now with MechWarrior 5. If I tried this, it would not survive. But I might listen to the soundtrack. It sounded really good from what he put in there. I'm assuming that's from the same thing, but I could be wrong, and I'm willing to find out, because if he says it's good, so far he's been a really good judge of character when just things that are cool. So I really want to go find out what the hell this is. Play it? Maybe not. Listen to it? Definitely. Hey, it's always a good recommendation when you have really good game music. But god damn, I'm sorry, I'm just blown away to how pretty that entire thing was. I was pausing sometimes, just kind of finding a reason, because I just wanted to pause to look at it. God damn. Overall, I didn't know what to get into on this one, because I thought, okay, he's doing another playing game, and it's not Ace Combat. He's probably going to tear into it as just another knockoff copy. And it's like, yeah, we took all those shit, and it was like, what if we made it crazier? Yeah. And it just looks so cool. I kind of want to play it, but I also know I can't. It's that the dynamic of you want to, but also you would literally not have a computer after that. That would be a problem. Yeah. So if you haven't already, there's a link below to the original video. Hit it up. And when you're done, hit me up on Twitter at Airier Games. Hit me up on YouTube by subscribing. And you won't find me on TikTok, and I keep having to say this because I'm not on TikTok. It's someone impersonating me, not me. Sorry about that. People started bringing it up to me that I know in person. It's like, hey, I found you on TikTok. And I'm like, not me. Yeah, sorry, dude. Yeah. It's like, oh, so you didn't get those 300,000 views on that one video? I was like, you got how many views? Yeah! Yeah. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.